If all you do is see with your eyes, then you might as well be blind. The systems in life, whether it's work, school, or society writ large, they thrive on this blindness, rewarding compliance and punishing those who speak out. That's the truth in life. Eyes are great for color and motion, the visible spectrum, the surface, but they are useless for seeing the rules of the game that you are actually in. Most of what governs our lives is not visible, not really, not with your eyes. The invisible forces shaping our lives, you don't see the pressure to conform at work, even when you're caught in its web. You don't see the spreadsheet hidden away that decides your pay structure and whether or not you get a raise. You don't see the unspoken contract that says, don't rock the boat if you want to stay in the room. You don't see the power play behind a team meeting when it's not a team, there's not a choice. And in that meeting, we means management when there's credit to take, but we means you when there's actual work to do. Hard work does not guarantee success. Promotions, raises, recognition often depend more on alliances and conformity than merit, plain politics. That's what I mean by blind. If you're only watching the stage and not reading the script behind it, then you're missing half the play. Most people live inside systems they don't even know exist. They're told they're free, and maybe legally, to some degree, they actually are. But in all practicality, in reality, try breaking the invisible rules and see what happens. Dress differently, speak too directly, tell your boss what you really think, criticize the framework and the processes, say something true but at the wrong time, then watch how fast the temperature drops. Blood drains out of faces, aghast. There are games in life, hidden ones, and you're playing them whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not. In school, obedience is disguised as learning. In corporate office life, conformity disguises itself as professionalism. In relationships, performance is disguised as love. In the courtroom, politeness is enforced over justice, where decorum matters more than the truth, more than justice, which is more like just us. And in society, the game is power, wrapped in fairness, wrapped in branding and slogans and candy-coated idealism, all selling you rules that no one at the top actually follows. You want to see clearly in life? Then stop just looking with your eyes. Start listening to silences, to gaps in between words, what people don't say to you. Who's allowed to speak freely, and who always has to pay a price? And if there is an award or a pizza party, something's not right. Fair games don't need bribes. If the game were fair, there'd be no need for bribes or pizza parties to keep you playing. Most games, especially in the workplace or politics, are not merit-based. They're based on alliances, networking, timing, favors, who you know, more so than what you know. And we were all born into this world mid-match, mid-lie, mid-structure. No, it's not rigged against everyone all the time, because that would be too blatant and too obvious. It is rigged just enough. Just enough reward to keep most people quiet, docile, comfortable enough to prevent outright revolt en masse. So, if all you do is see with your eyes, then you're as good as blind. Not because you can't see what is there, but because you can't see what is not there. And that's where the real game is. What you cannot see is what is really happening. Most of what governs your life is invisible, unspoken, and maintained through conformity and comfort. To really see life as it is, you have to stop looking at appearances on the surface and dig a little deeper for reality.